I have been writing a diary since I regained consciousness. Earlier, I used to use my copies as a diary. Then Arifa started gifting me diaries from Saudi Arabia. The last time he gifted me 2 diaries was in 1998. One I kept and the other I presented to Bisma as a gift of my love. It was the first and last gift I gave to Bisma. Talking about the diary, it came to the gift. Now my Begum gifts me an imported diary every year. This is the case of a paper diary on which we write by hand. On the contrary, on the diary of the heart, everything is imprinted without writing anything. In this world, people grow old, but this does not happen in the world of the heart. There, love does not die and age does not increase. Whenever you open the windows of your heart and go inside, you see everything written as it is. Something like this is happening to me today. I don't know if love doesn't come from the heart or it stays in the heart, or say that love is done from the heart and memories are saved on the diary of the heart. Paper. Instead of the memories written on the diary, I am writing the memories written on the diary of the heart on paper today, but I have almost written them down. The question must have arisen in your mind, why? Let me tell you. I have a publisher friend. According to him, my personal story is very interesting. They say that this story should be brought before the readers in the form of a book. That's why I wrote the story. I don't know the difference between a story, fiction, novelette, and novel. I'm not even a writer, I need the technique of writing. It doesn't even come, I have written the truth of my life as it is. Hashtag 3 burgers? Begum said as she looked at the bill in surprise. I closed my cabin with a smile and sat myself on the couch. Begum stood in front of me and asked, "Number 2 is the sign, isn't it?" Begum fixed her gaze on my face. I shook my neck in denial, smiling under my breath. Begum asked the next question to Lajajat. I took a cold breath and stood up from my place, holding Begum's shoulders with both hands, and said, "No." "Then this could be the sign of your dearest lover, number 1, Begum said with full conviction. "So many years have passed since our marriage. Have you ever hidden something from me? How can you hide it? I know everything about you even before marriage. I also believe you to be an intelligent Phaeton woman from the beginning," I said while smiling and pressing Begum by the shoulders. "No need to apply too much masca polish. What is the matter with the 3 burgers?" Begum's needle was stuck there. I tried to avoid the conversation as before. Begum smiled and looked at me and then went towards the kitchen. Mary Begum has no second in truth. I am very lucky in this regard. She is less of a wife and more of a friend. To tell the truth, even 4 wives like him are not a headache. Yet I have never desired 4 wives. I pray for his long life. Nowadays she is sick. There is no dearth of servants in the house, yet she does all my work herself. Seeing that bill, his surprise was natural. A question arises in the mind. The same question also arose in my Begum's mind. The story of this bill can be related to a beloved. Begum brought tea and went and lay on the bed. I picked up a cup of tea and went to my study room and started reading the story of my life, which I wrote like a story. I still don't understand whether this love is the last thing. All the women that have come into my life, I have never touched anyone by myself. Nowadays people touch the body first and make love later, I don't know. Is it love or something else? Love is claimed. I or all the women who have loved me are writing on my mind today with their own memories. Sometimes the thought of one is knocking on the mind and sometimes of the other. Like the strings of a kite, all the strings of love are tangled with each other. At least I could not know when the love story begins and where it ends.
Maybe love is like a thought that comes into your mind and is gone the next moment.
Similarly, when love comes in life and when it goes away, you never know.
We humans are also very forgetful.
We have conditioned love with bodies,
although love is the name of emotions.
Now the question arises that if love is the name of emotions, then why love goes away from life when a person leaves and why love comes when someone is found? Today I introduce you to all the kites that flew on the horizon of love, then were either cut off or stolen away by someone else. Their strings are with me in the form of memories.
Me and Nabil are best friends since childhood.
We were not traditional pigeon fanciers. Despite this, both of us were holding pigeons. Nabil was good at reading, but his logic was beyond my understanding at that time.
Neither he wanted to work nor his family dairy business.
He took his own decisions, started a spare parts business, and also continued his private education. We used to sit on the roof every night and talk about our love affairs.
Our family didn't mind because we both used to sit on the roof.
Nabil used to come straight home from the lorry base after closing his spare parts shop.
I was his only friend and he was mine.
Nabil wanted to marry Farzana, the daughter of his distant uncle, and I called Sania, whom I affectionately called Dil. Hi Dilmi Sani. Once I called him Sani in front of Sania and Sania scolded me.
My name is Sania Tullet.
Be careful whoever takes my name backwards after that. He never had the courage to call him Sani in front of Sania.
Nabil's family was small.
His elder brother Khalil, who owned the family dairy shop, lived in a separate house nearby. In Nabil's house, apart from his mother and father, there was his younger sister Aliyah, who was affectionately called Aliyah.
Ali used to bring us a bowl of hot milk on the terrace every night. Hashtag.
Sania Tullet, my cousin, thin, fair-skinned, but attractive, proud and arrogant, always spoke bitterly, yet I liked her. I heard it from my grandmother once in my childhood.
The pairing of Sania and Meraz will look great.
Only after that she was my queen and I was her king. Auntie used to come to Lahore with her children every year during summer or December holidays.
Kalo also had many relatives in Lahore.
One year when Aunt came to our house, grandmother was also alive. Sania was absently drawing straight lines with a ballpoint pen on a copy of my rough pink paper, sitting next to Nanny.
When Sania was called by Aunt Atiya, she got up and left.
As soon as Sania left, I tore that paper from my copy and kept it with me. I still have that 24-year-old paper. Along with this, an essay called Ashiana which he had written to my younger sister. My sister finished her homework after seeing it and put that essay in the trash. From where I picked him up and kept him safe.
Which I have put in the photo album called S. The question must have arisen in your mind why the name of the album S.
It's a simple thing, from Sa to Sania, everything related to Sania that I have managed even today.
It was the month of July. After light rain, the intensity of heat had decreased.
About half an hour before Maghrib Adhan, I reached the roof of my house with the purpose of feeding the pigeons shared by me and Nabil. The roofs of our house and Nabil's house were side by side.
The pigeon coop was on Nabil's roof. Can I see Sania standing from our roof watching the pigeons? She appeared to me alone.
Dil said, Mara's son, the opportunity is good, what you have to say it quickly.
I dared to speak my heart to Sania. I have loved you since childhood and I want to marry you. Sania looked at me from top to bottom as if she were saying this as a mouth and lentils. She looked at me angrily and left without saying anything. Sania's brother was standing behind the pigeonhole, which I was unaware of.
He came in front of me after Sania left.
He also looked at me like a hungry wolf looks at barrassing.
He also left with a grumbling in his mouth. At that time, it came to my mind that Sania's brother had also quarreled with his family members and had arranged a love marriage outside the family. He should have guessed my feeling. After all, only one lover can understand the pain of another lover.
Still, he was very angry with me.
Sania's brother was right. If I were in his place and someone showed love to my sister like that, I would have played that lover's band. If we love ourselves, then it is pure. If someone else does it, then it is impure. Our love is love, and the love of others is love. My expression of love wasn't overly romantic, but it wasn't cheesy or sloppy either. A 21-year-old boy who was in love with a girl for the first time in his life would do something like I did. Episode number 2. During the December holidays, Aunt Aisha came to Lahore with her children for a wedding. After marriage, she also stayed in our house for 2 days. I thought I expressed my love in July, now it's December. Perhaps the lamp of love for me has been lit in Sania's heart. The next day, Aunt was returning to Multan by train. I was also a number 1 brat. Despite July's respect, I wanted to hear Sania's answer first, before she left. I consulted Nabil, who to me was an all-rounder in the game of love at that time. You should place Sania's picture and Rosebud in front of her. If he picks up his picture, he doesn't love you. If she left her picture, she loves you too.